Hello, my spiritual friends. And today is going to be your palmistry tarot abundance reading for the week. And I'm trying a slightly different format. So hopefully you like seeing me in the video. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle my deck here. And the first card is going to represent your energy for the week. The second card is going to represent your advice for the week. And your third card is going to be your outcome for the week. So, by the way, if you're curious about my deck, I do like to use my own deck, which is the Palmistry Tarot deck. You can find this deck over at palmistrytarot.com. And it is a traditional 78 card deck that brings in palmistry and crystals, as well as the 78 tarot cards. It's a really neat deck. So I am cutting the deck here. And card number 1 is the Ace of Water. Okay, so the Ace of Water, this is a really beautiful card. It actually represents emotional new beginnings. All the aces, of course, represent a very high energy and a high vibration. So your energy this week is very emotionally charged, and you know, we've got new things going on, new events happening this week, new opportunities happening this week. That's what this card is saying. And it's corresponding to a fiery heart line. So let's talk a little bit about that heart line, and let me show you what that looks like. So your heart line represents your emotional flow, and it is the uppermost line in your hands. That's a major line. Okay, so this is where it's located, right below your fingers. Now, if you have a fiery heart line, it is going to curve sharply up towards your middle finger. And that's an indication that your emotions are immediately accessible and you get them up and out and you're very expressive. Okay, so when I see this type of a heart line, I know that you're going to be passionate and expressive. Okay, so if you don't have this type of heart line, by the way, that's okay. This is just showing your energy for the week. So getting those emotions up and out. Okay, your second card, oh my goodness, look at this. We've got the 6 of Fire. Okay, this is the Star of Apollo. Okay, this is the rock star card. I also like to refer to this card as your, it's your spiritual success card. Okay, so this is about being up on stage. It's about showing your talents to the world. It's about really celebrating who you are as an infinite being of light. So as a spiritual being of light, everybody has their own unique talents and skills. Everybody has their own uniqueness that they need to express in the world. And that's what this card is all about, the Star of Apollo. And so if you have a Star of Apollo, it is going to be located right below your Apollo finger, which is your ring finger. And it's going to look like a star, like a 6-pointed star. Okay, so sort of like this, and it's usually quite large, the star. Okay, hopefully I drew it big enough for you to see. But yeah, so the Star of Apollo represents creativity in the spotlight. So now is not the time for you to hide behind the scenes, hide on the backstage. Now is the time for you to really get out there and show yourself to the world. And so people can applaud you, so people can celebrate you. All right. So that's what this card is all about. All right. Now let's look at your final card, your third card, which is going to be your outcome card. Okay, now here we're getting another ace. We're getting the inverted Ace of Air. Okay, now this is the Zone of Ideas card. So in terms of manifesting your abundance, what it's saying is that as you get out there on the stage, as you go through those happy emotions, you're going to have some ideas that need to be released, or they're maybe outdated, and they need to be reconfigured. Okay, so a lot of people who go up on stage have a problem with criticism. People don't like what you're doing. They're not paying attention. They're not appreciating you. All those things. That has to do with this ace of air. So what we want to do is look at those negative repeating patterns. What's triggering you? What's holding you up? Why aren't you getting yourself out there? Why aren't you sharing your talents and gifts with the world? And this card is telling you it's time for you to let those negative and distracting and disruptive ideas and thought patterns, they need to be released. And this is super, super important because your thoughts can truly affect how you manifest in this world. So I want you to start thinking about, what limiting beliefs do I have about myself? Where do I stop myself? How do I stop myself? How do I talk myself out of something, right? That's what this card is saying. It's asking you to do that. So, and when you do, heck, you're going to be the star that you were always meant to be, that beautiful being of light that you were always meant to be. Okay. And to locate your zone of ideas, by the way, we want to take a look at the little finger, which is your Mercury finger. And it's the upper zone. So we have 3 phalanges. And we want to look for any kind of horizontal lines that might be showing up in that upper zone of your Mercury finger. Okay, that's your zone of ideas. So if you have blockages to your zone of ideas, this is where they're going to show up. Ideally, this would be either void of lines or it would have vertical lines, which would show flow. Okay, so take a look at your own zone of ideas and see what's going on with that. So that is your abundance reading for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're interested in learning more about abundance, that's what I'm focusing on this year. So I want to help you with your manifestation. I want to help you with the law of attraction, with actually achieving and reaching those goals that you so deserve. So you can take a free quiz that I've created called What is Your Abundance Archetype? And that will take you through your own hand shape so that you can learn how you manifest in the world. It's really, really amazing because your hands do tell you so much information. And also, please follow and like for more abundance tips. And please like and share this if it resonates with you. And also let me know in the comments, what comes up for you when you look at these parts of your hand, and tell me your thoughts. Okay, so until next week, I hope you have a beautiful day and I wish you infinite abundance.